Hey there you, and welcome to the Tau Army, which is about to go head-to-head with some Gorefests from the Killing Floor 3 universe. The Tau's defense here is split over two areas, but sheer weight of numbers is on the Gorefest side. Will the 40K universe be able to survive a brutal invasion from Tripwire Interactive's Killing Floor 3? Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one way to find out. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. This one should be quite interesting, I think. So yeah, the universe of Killing Floor 3 here, taking on the Warhammer 40K universe. Who is going to come out on top? Now, these Gorefests are absolutely rapid and deal a lot of damage, though, as you can see, the Tau advanced weaponry here, able to take them out pretty effectively as they try to get close here. Pushing in mass, and they're about to meet a Crumbling line. And they're going to give them a damn good run for the money. But you can see the Gorefests here just chewing their way through the reinforcements for the melee Tau here. Already 1,000 kills now. That's really impressive. But yes, them Tau guns are going to be raining it down upon them here. So they've got to push it right on through the route lines, then up these little rampways, which are going to be quite difficult for them. Already, they're making a go of it. Throwing thousands of units up the ramps here to try and get towards the Tau. The bodies are definitely going to be mounted up on this one, ladies and gentlemen. So this is also a new map that I've been working on. It was actually meant to be a bit of a test map where I just test out little features in the editor to try and see what I can actually do. You might notice that we've been messing around with some particles. You can see them floating around in the air here. So yeah, I've just been doing little experiments, and this is my test map. And I thought it'd be a really fun idea to actually just throw some units on it and see how it actually handles for defenses. At the moment, you can see this glorious defensive line for the Tau. We're slowly getting overrun here as the Gorefests plow their way through all of the crew. The crew, now don't get me wrong, crew absolutely brilliant in melee combat here, but obviously they're really struggling against these Gorefests. We're going to have to be using the narrow defensive tunnels here, the narrow defensive ramparts here, really, to try and funnel them down, focus that Tau firepower, and get them kills going. So what are we at now? 100,000 for the Tau. Okay, that's not that many, but they have now got to start assaulting this main place, and you can see the bodies are starting to pile up. Now, we do have the secondary defense line, which, if I'm honest, I'm not going to give out too much hope for, because, yeah, it's just an easy access ramp here, right the way up to them. There's actually 3 access points in total, and they're all quite large, so hopefully this is just going to provide a little bit of a distraction for the Gorefests at the moment, who are just swarming through the group. My god, it's actually kind of insane how quickly they get through the crew here. There they go, starting to get up the ramp now. The brutal surge forward into the Tau gunfire, and the bodies are going to start mounting. Luckily for the Tau, they've still got a couple of crew left, able to hold them in place. Really start piling up the bodies over here. Let's go back over this side. How are we getting on with our defense? They're still holding the main gates, the main ramps here. They are holding it for now. They're going to have to grind their way up here, body by body, corpse by corpse, if they want to get up there. You see the lovely green water that we've got behind them. Yeah. Well, how are we getting on? It looks like we've got another flanking maneuver now, coming around to the rear side here to try and push in. But they're going to find out it's also defended by the Tau. So what they really need to get done here, what they really need to do, should I say, great English as always, is get rid of these Tau over here. These are a distraction unit, so if the Gorefests can plow their way through these chaps, this should free up a load of reinforcements for them. You can see they're trying to push up the ramp at the moment. It's a brutal, slow affair here. The Tau, though, getting it to point-blank range, which is not what they're good at. Meanwhile, the rest of them try to push across this bridge section that we've got built over here. God, look at all of them. You'll have to let me know if you guys want this map released. I was never planning on releasing it. Like I said, it's just a sort of a flat test map with loads of little angles in and stuff like that, designed to break up armies, see how they'd react to different situations. But yeah, if you want me to release this, I'm more than happy to release my test map. Just don't expect anything amazing out of it. Oh my God, look at that. Just that vast swarm of red, angry faces out there, wanting to get up and hit the tower in the most horrible way possible. But we've got a couple of crew who are jumping off, trying to get into the fight here, though. As soon as they get into the bottom, look what's happening. The Gullfests there just absolutely chopping them up. They were really starting to build the body piles on this side. Oh my days, look at all these. That is a lot there. So it looks like every now and then we get a fire warrior or one of the group fall off the edge, and it just distracts a load of the Gullfests down the central line there. But as these bodies are building up bit by bit, they are going to get more access points into this entry. Though I can also see it happening ever so slightly down this side. You can see that a bunch of them have lined up here. Every now and then, oh, it's these damn crews, they keep charging off the line, off the side. It's probably just the right height. That's what it is. It's just the right height that they can survive the drop, so they're like, yeah, we'll do that. That's sound. Look at that. Oh my God, there's so many trying to surge their way up there at any one point. But how quickly they get cut down is kind of insane. The Horde just almost instantly gets thinned out as soon as it gets to the top. Again, Tau firepower, we have got XV8 suits on the top of here as well. They're going to be providing some insane firepower for the Tau. But I think this side over here, this is looking wonderful. They're doing some great work over here. Let's go check on how we're getting on with the little box formation on the other side. Okay, this one also holding out really nicely at the moment. The Gullfests struggling to push it across the bridge. It's actually working out really well for the Tau. At this particular part, you can see all the corpses piling up, man. There's a lot there. So what are we at now? 85,000 kills here. Okay, so yeah, the Gullfests are actually doing really well. I would say most of the Karut melee at the moment has been disintegrated by them, sliced and diced like fine pepper army. Salami, even. That'd probably work better. Pepper army, oh man. I used to love them when I was a kid. I haven't eaten one in ages. For those of you who don't know, they're like these dried meat sticks, basically. It's the only way I can describe it. It's like a dried meat stick with spice in it. The equivalent of like beef jerky that you get in America and stuff like that, but it wasn't beef. It was like pork. And I don't know. I don't even know if it was animal inside of it, to be honest. It's one of them. Look at this, though. I'm actually a little bit worried that the Tau here are going to pile up the bodies to a point where these guys are just going to be able to get up this way. I mean, they're already sort of glitching up the side here, which has helped them out immeasurably. And they're sort of running off the other edge a little bit. How deep is this in it, over here? Oh, it's not that deep. Oh, look at that cool green water. Oh, it looks so awesome. Yeah, they're trying to push now both ends of the Tau army, and they're really struggling. I wish we had more units from the Killing Floor universe. I'd love to see some of the flesh pounds and stuff like that. I suppose I could have used some zombies for clots, but it didn't feel like it was needed with the Gullfests already being here. But yeah, I'd love to have some husks and things like that. The Killing Floor universe, it's got some really cool swarm enemies. It would probably translate really well into Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. So anybody modders out of there, I'd love to see you do some more Killing Floor stuff. That'd be interesting. I think we've got Star Wars pretty much covered at this point. Everyone's done Star Wars. Oh, look at that. Look at the ramparts over here. It's almost completely level now. That's kind of insane. How's it getting on the other side? Oh, they're not even piling up over there. It's because they're all bunching up to this one side as they come round the corner. Oh man, look at these. They're really starting to fill up here. I might make a map that's just all these little boxes. Like little box formations like this, all side by side. I think that could be kind of cool. Just so you get these little random defenses and they all have little access points and walkways. I think it'd make for some really nice varied battles. Jeez, man, look at the body piles over this side. Gorefests, what are you doing, man? You're piling them up left, right, and centre. I mean, you've got 3 million left against 35,000 Tau, so pace yourself, lads, pace yourself. You got plenty of reinforcements. Like I said, my worry is that eventually they are going to build up a body pile over here. There's nothing that can be done about it. Absolutely nothing. I mean, they're glitching up the side anyway, but it's nice to be just getting a legitimate solution there. Again, I really don't know how to stop them glitching up the side of things. I'm just going to go ahead and say it's a problem with the game editor or the game engine or how it's meant to be set up that I've got no idea about. The developers have never given us any clues or tips on how to do things, solve things like this, so it's just one of them. No idea how to fix it. Issue with the game, not with me. What should be a really easy solution to it that I just don't know anything about. But yeah, man, look at that. Oh, God. Okay, so we did have 3 million, but they are getting evaporated rather quickly here. I'm surprised they still haven't taken out this defense in the rear, to be honest. I would have imagined that they would have stormed over this. Oh, okay, yeah. It did get to a tipping point then. I mean, just look how quickly they're getting absolutely annihilated. The Fire Warriors are getting devastated here. The Gorfists are just chewing their way through them. That's what happens when they finally close that gap, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my days, that does not bode well for the other side. So should any of the Gorfists really get even close to the Tau line, the Tau are pretty much dead. So the Tau here have just got to hold this location as best as they can, piling up the corpses here in the hopes that they manage to kill all the enemies before the corpses overwhelm them. I think that's pretty much what's going on. Look at this, we're actually starting to get a second body pile over here. Didn't even notice this one. In fact, look how close that is. It's all the Karut that keep running off the side as well, that are keeping all the Gorfists in place. I've called them many different things now. I've called them Gorefast, Gorefest, Gorefist. I think they're called a Gorefast, if I'm honest. But to me, that just sounds silly. Gorefest sounds better. Again, though, we're just getting this wonderful, wonderful display of body piles building up on either side now. So what I want to do, we're going to hit a little time-lapse camera. We're going to watch these bodies build up over here because it's going to take them a little while to get through. Maybe we'll come back when they have actually bridged the gap up onto the side platforms over there. So I reckon if we go here, we should be able to see the side platforms and this little entrance. We'll be back in a second. Folks, where it looks like we're making some decent progress here for the Gorefests. They've actually managed to get up to the second round. Look at that, they're now currently plowing their way through the last reinforcements there on the low plateau for the Tau. But yeah, now that they've managed to scale the first ramp there, they've got a second ramp to go through. However, this one has got slightly less firepower now that we've lost the base ground of Tau, but it does look like they've finally managed to get a legitimate way up to the top as well, finally piling enough bodies up there to be able to do it. And on this side as well, they did manage to do it eventually. And so now the Tau are just caught in this desperate pincer maneuver between the two flanks. How are the bodies getting over here? Oh my God, look at that. Oh my days, look at all the goo that has built up in the middle. What have they been doing over this side? They've been very productive and industrious over here. Look at you, you industrious little fellows. Building us this gigantic dam and blood lake combination. In fact, we're going to take a little swim in this. Let's go have a look. Little Timmy, Calvary, and Rubber Dinky, fun for the entire family. That's absolutely brilliant. How have they managed to... Didn't they do that on this side? I don't think they did. No, look, there was nowhere near the same level of gooiness. Maybe they'll start building it up over this part here. I mean, we've certainly got a lot of goo over that. Oh my god, look at the bodies already starting to build. Oh, I absolutely love it. I love having little ramparts like this and just watching the corpses build up slowly either side of it. It always looks so cool. Again, though, we still actually do have a couple of crew managing to hold the position. Oh, it looks like there's pincer maneuver coming in from the other side where they're glitching up the side, are they? Yes, they are. Of course they are. What else would they be doing? I don't get it, because look, the rest of them perfectly happy to wait, but as soon as they come to a part like this, yeah, glitch up. I don't get what it is. It's really annoying, though, I'll tell you that much. Tau almost seems scattered here, but that's because obviously the melee have had to try and work their way through the lines to get to the front, and it's left this rather cool little pattern amongst the Tau. Almost like a camouflage pattern in itself. And they're really struggling to get these units up the second ramp now. They've got to build all the corpse ramps all over again. And on this side, I'm going to say, look, the defense has been going so well. The Tau have managed to hold out this entire lower plateau. And the blood is actually going to start filling up to it and going over the top in a minute. Okay, that's kind of cool. That is really cool. If the blood starts going over the lip here. Come on. Show me. Oh, it is. I can see it starting at the bottom right down here. Oh, and at the top now. It's starting to fill up around the Tau's feet. There we go. Come on. Make it over the lip. That's really cool. I don't think I've ever seen that in the game before, where it's just filled up enough to start covering up the lip of a building like that. That's really awesome. I mean, the Tau's feet are now getting wet. You can definitely tell that. Or you can Tau there. Oh, God, no. I apologize. But yeah, that was really awesome. At least for me to watch. I've never seen that happen where the blood is just slowly filled up and gone over the lip, and then you can just see it all filling up behind him now. That's brilliant. Again, though, we've got rid of part of the front end of the little blood lake there. I'm wondering now how much longer these Tau could hold out. We've got, what, 17,000 Tau left on the field. 2 million attackers. These guys over here are starting to look a little bit worse for wear. They're taking a heck of a beating as these Gorfists just pummel the way up the front here. Right, we're going to hit another little time-lapse camera. I kind of want to see all the corpses building up in the center, if I'm honest. Do we watch this side, then, or do we watch the other? I've got a feeling this side is going to falter first, so we'll stick here and watch this side building up the corpses on either side of the ramp. We'll be back in a second. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, where it looks like the last stand of the Tau is about to happen here. You can see the Gorefest now just completely surrounding them, chopping them down really quickly as well. The XV8 suits are gone as well. There you go, getting chopped down to size. The Gorefest really showed them what it's like to have a last stand, didn't they? Oh my god, it was like literally about 3 seconds and it was just over. That was actually incredibly fast how quickly that turned around for the Tau. Like, they were holding that line there for, what, that time lapse we just had was about 5-10 minutes, something like that. So they were holding that line solidly for 10 minutes, and then it just completely crumbled. And now we've got a gigantic surge moving forward over here. As we come into the other side, let's go have a look at the work that they've done over here. Oh my day. I think they actually drowned themselves. Oh my god, they ended up drowning themselves over this side. They did not die to the Gorefests. The Gorefests simply piled up the corpses in front of them and then let their blood flow and the Tau drowned themselves. Oh, that is so brutal. But to be honest, the corpse piles on this side, I mean, just look at that. That's pretty monumental there. I mean, it feels like they've been greater than that. So the corpse piles on this side feel like they're spread out a little bit more, but on this side, they're just all piled up in one area. There's some magnificent defense here by the Tau so far. So what we got now, 8,000 against 1.6 million. Yeah, I don't fancy the Tau's chances anymore. The Gorefest here comes storming out to the Killing Floor 3 universe, should I say, to show the Tau how it's done. And the blue communists are not liking this, I'm telling you. They don't like last stands. They think it's pointless and stupid. Well, here they are, doing a pointless and stupid last stand. Look at that, I love that though. Just the sheer range of them, just annihilating enemies at the other side of the battlefield. There's so many corpses piled up here, man. It's insane. 1.6 million left. Now, considering there was only 100,000 odd, what did we have, 120,000? Yeah, 122,000, something like that. Tau defending. They've done a really good job. That's a nice little kill ratio they've got. Of course, anyone who's familiar with the Killing Floor 3 universe, they know that these are all just clones produced off a production line, so they can just make thousands of them regardless. But yeah, what we're going to do, hit that time-lapse camera once again. We're going to go from this side, because I want to see them fill up this. Actually, no, you know what? We'll try and go from both sides. We've seen them filling up the other way. Let's watch them pour up this side this time. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in a moment. Let's get our final kill count here. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been about 10 minutes and they're still holding out here. It looks like it's going to be another one of them instances where it just completely collapses instantly. It's just not going to be one of them slow degrades here. It's just eventually they're going to get up there, they're all going to get killed, and that's going to be that. But look at this, I don't know actually. Maybe these 6,000 can take on the 1.4 million remaining here. I mean, they're certainly making a good go of it. We have still got XV8 suits up here actually. And a heck of a lot of them, so we've still got a lot of firepower. We've still even got Karut up here. Oh my days, how are these guys even still alive at this point? So yeah, we've still got some solid defense here for the Tau. They're still holding out. I mean, I thought I'd come back and just give us a little update. But yeah, we are going to time-lapse this one out because it is just this slow march of death, really. But the Gorefest, as they try to get up these narrow little ramps, they're just building up these massive corpse piles, bit by bit. But ladies and gentlemen, let's hit that time-lapse camera. We'll be back in a moment. Well, this is it, folks. This is it. The collapse has finally happened. The Tau are being wiped off the face of the earth, but my God, did they put in that work together. Look at that. There are some absolutely magnificent humps there. Ooh, misses. But look, oh my God. How much? I'm surprised, actually, that we didn't fill in the center part. We got pretty close. We turned a lot of the green water red. That's at least something. It's still pretty green in places, but a lot of it is now turned this horrible brownie color, which is kind of cool. I've got a couple of different other colors on this field, actually. It'd be interesting to see how the blood mixes with them. We have got some, like, oranges and pinks and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe we can test out different defense areas eventually and see how all the color mixes in. But look at that. There's still 2 Tau, actually, somehow still remaining on this field. But ladies and gentlemen, of course, we're going to have to call this one here. And as always, I do hope you had a blast. Please do come and like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, peace.